China is expanding internationally. They are attempting to do away with the US hegemony. This is a difficult task, no doubt, but it seems that they are pushing through and going for it. What is the progress of China recently? You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. Today we are going to look at China and so much more. Let's begin. The People's Bank of China, China Central Bank, said it will push forward for the renminbi internationalization, and its function as a reserve currency will gradually emerge, adding that more than 60 countries and regions have included the renminbi in foreign exchange reserves. This isn't just 1 or 2 or 5 or 10. We're talking about 60 different countries and regions utilizing this as part of their foreign exchange reserves. It has really matured over these past few years. It is in the IMF basket of currencies. It has become more well known and more trusted internationally. Now, is it going to take down the US dollar tomorrow? Absolutely not. But it has been slowly inching closer and closer to do that. And you can see that they're setting up the AIIB, trying to be competitive with the IMF and the World Bank. And they're trying to go for some sort of long-term goals. You could see what the president of China had done just today and yesterday with their meeting that they had, talking about a 30-year plan for global domination. The bank also said it would push forward with internationalization of the renminbi and keep its position stable in the global monetary system. Looking ahead, the scope of international usage of renminbi will be further expanded in 2017 and usage channels will be further widened. Okay, that's according to the central bank themselves. So I wanted to connect that in with this. The bilateral swap agreements. Now this has been going on. I've been covering it over the years. You can see this list. There are many available. This is just from Wikipedia. But you'll know that there are different countries around the world which have decided to do a part of their trade in their own currencies. They don't go through the US dollar. Now, these things are constantly being re-signed, new agreements are formed, and they're being expanded. This is very beneficial to both countries, I believe, to do away with the US dollar, because having a reserve currency was perhaps important at one point, but when you look at what's happening with currencies today, I don't think it's the same way it was in 1945. It's not the same. Let's just leave it at that. Looking at the swap agreements, I think that this is something that will continue to expand, not just with China, but with other countries as well. So let's switch gears for a moment here. When you look at the S&P realized volatility, you can see the different points here. Lehman Brothers, 1987, Great Depression. But look how low it has begun. If you just exclude this moment here in the 1960s, it hasn't been this low since before the Great Depression. This is really an anomaly historically. And nobody seems concerned. The truth is that everyone is just simply waiting for the felon Yellen to make her next decision. And whoever replaces her, what are they going to do? The replacement for Yellen will, if it is somebody who's known to be very generous with the printing press, the stocks will continue to rise. If not, I think maybe there'll be a little bit of stagnation. We'll see if they're really going to pull back on liquidity. I thought this was interesting. The everything bubble. Financial assets relative to disposable personal income. I just covered this recently, and now looking at it combined with the different bubbles, I think it's interesting. See this. Financial assets of households versus disposable personal income here. And you're looking at this. The dot-com bubble's at 500%. the housing bubble just above that, the everything bubble where we are today, about 550. We're going and accelerating far past these other bubbles. People don't have any money now. I know I speak from experience from what I see in Toronto, and you'll notice everybody seems to be driving luxury vehicles. Their houses are being renovated, top-notch stuff. They're buying newer homes. They're buying bigger homes. They are tearing down their home to build a new one on top of it. It seems like an unlimited torrent of money being flown in and dropped down from a helicopter. Thank you, Ben. And it's just really strange. Really strange. It's giving me the whole Roaring 20s vibe right now, at least locally, what I experience. Gold monthly closes versus the SNP monthly closes. Just this correlation that I witnessed here, comparing basically the gold S&P ratio and the 50-day and 200-day moving averages, if anyone's interested in that. And I thought this was just a little fun, a little funny thing that I found. Bernie's 2016 free stuff here. Why get a job when my IRS will steal the money for you? And that connects in with the next article I'll show you very quickly before I sign off for today. Talking about what the plan would be. And I'm not a fan of any politician personally. That's just my opinion. Let's look at this for a moment. If we can explain to people, yeah, you're going to be paying more in taxes. Let me just highlight that for a second. All right. It's going to be a progressive tax system. The wealthy are going to pay their fair share. Not the middle class, though, of course. Not the working class. But everybody will pay some more. But you're going to get free healthcare, and maybe you're going to get free childcare, and maybe your kids are going to be able to go to a college tuition free. You know what? You're going to be better off than under Ted's system. Talking about Ted Cruz. So, what are you going to do? You're going to get free stuff, but you're going to pay more for it. Let me repeat myself here, because I think I just confused myself. You're going to pay more for free stuff. No, let me try again. Let me try that one more time. You're going to pay more for free stuff. No, 3 times doesn't make sense to me. Does it make sense to any of you? Pay more in taxes, and then you're going to get free healthcare. You're going to get free childcare. You're going to get somebody to wipe your behind after you go to the bathroom. That's the kind of thing that we're being offered, that we're being told every single day. You'll have all the free stuff in the world. Just let us do this thing. Just let us do that thing. It never works like that. Look, we're going to have this tax. It's going to be temporary. Don't worry. A couple years down the road, we're going to repeal it, and it will be all good for you and your family. And then a couple years down the road, not only do they not repeal it, but they have to increase it. And then it increases more and more and more. And they tell you it's for the people, for the rich people, supposedly rich people. Of course, the richest of the rich people never pay any taxes. And then you look at whether, the middle class or the upper middle class, let's call it, maybe it's let's say a doctor, for example, who is doing well, earning a lot of income, paying 50% in taxes, and that individual is going to be taxed just as much as everybody else. Maybe they increase the taxes from, let's say, 50% to 60%. That 60%, okay, that brings in some more revenue, okay? It's not even a drop in the bucket compared to what this system has brought itself down to. And then you look at what will happen over time, and that is they will continuously increase the taxation on the next bracket and then the next bracket until everyone else has higher taxes as well. This is what always happens every single time. Historically, you don't need to be a genius to figure it out. We have the history books, we have the documentation, and you can see that. What they propose to us is always a fraud. Every single time. No matter who's up there, it's a fraud. Don't get fooled by it. Don't get fooled by it. If you found this video informative, please give me a thumbs up. Just wanted to let you know that if you wanted to flip through my books, you can do so. Go to the bottom, you'll see the description there. There'll be a link. If you go to that link, it brings you to Amazon. They have a look inside feature that will allow you to flip through the pages of these books to see if you like them. Take care.